3 weeks ago, I posted this job posting on LinkedIn. It was fully remote and paid over $150,000 no matter where you live. But 99% of applicants make one mistake that destroys their chances of ever getting this job or any other job at our company. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what that mistake is, how to fix it, and why it keeps software engineers stuck in low-paying jobs. But before we start, I need to ask you one question. Have you ever gotten one of those charming calls trying to sell you a new internet plan or life insurance? We all love those, right? They always call you when you are waiting for an important call from someone else, so you quietly wish them to burn in hell. That's exactly how recruiters feel when you apply for jobs that you aren't qualified for. But most software engineers don't realize that has real consequences, and you might jeopardize your chances of ever getting an interview at that company again. Most companies use Applicant Tracking Systems to simplify hiring. Sometimes those systems are called ATS, and they are designed to find the best candidates who actually fit the role. And as someone who has been responsible for hiring, I can tell you that hiring without an ATS feels like trying to find a needle in the haystack. For the last 5 years, I have been working for a remote-first company and hired software engineers to our development team. And since we are paying over $150,000 salaries, we are drowning in applications from people who didn't even read the job description. For example, this job posting got over 18,000 applicants, and you know what? 99% of them didn't even meet a single requirement. But everybody can guess that remote companies are flooded with thousands of applicants, right? Well, this problem is way bigger. Every tech company is drowning in random applications, even those who require people to work on-site. My former employer, G42, gets over 5,000 applicants per single job posting, and those jobs require people to work from offices in Abu Dhabi. So random job applications are a big problem, so companies need to use tools to deal with it. But does it mean that random applications are automatically rejected? Most tech YouTubers will tell you that you have to optimize your resume for ATS because if you don't, nobody will ever see it. That's not really true. My company is using Workable, which is a popular ATS used by many tech companies. And indeed, Workable scans your resume and compares keywords to the job description and gives your application a score from 0 to 100. 0 is the lowest score and 100 is the highest. So you would think that if you scored 100 points, then a recruiter will see your resume and call you for an interview, right? Well, that's not how it works. In the United States and Europe, companies are required by law to review every resume by a human being. So even if your resume scored 0, a recruiter will see it, but there is a caveat. Your resume will be manually reviewed only once. Let me show you an example. Kevin is a software engineer, and 6 months ago, he found a lucrative job posting from Microsoft. He thought he would give it a shot, because it was brand new opening, so he really wanted to be one of the first applicants. He didn't have time to tailor his resume, so he just applied with generic one. And, of course, he got rejected. Skipping forward to today, Kevin found yet another job posting from Microsoft, but this time he tailored his resume and he is sure that he meets 100% of the requirements. So he must be perfect candidate, right? 2 weeks have passed and still he hasn't received any update from Microsoft. Does it mean he got rejected? Well, even if Kevin's resume scored 100 points, it is possible no one even looked at it. Why? Because ATS assumed he was unqualified. Just look at it. 6 months ago, he applied for a very similar position and got rejected. So the system thought it probably doesn't make sense to push his resume to the recruiter again, because how much could he really improve in 6 months? Wayne Gretzky once said, "You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, but that advice only works if you come prepared." The harsh truth is that ATS gives extra credits to new candidates, even if they are weaker than people who apply consistently to the same company. That's why you should always tailor your resume to the role, because often you have only one chance to stand out. If you get rejected and keep spamming the company with random applications, you will make only your situation worse. And sometimes you might even get banned. But there is a light in a tunnel. Most ATSs will consider you a fresh candidate after 1 year, but there is a caveat. You must stop applying for jobs at that company because each new application resets this 1 year countdown. 1 year is a long time, right? Well, technically you can always reach out to a recruiter and ask them to review your resume, DM them on LinkedIn or send them an email. But do not apply to the job posting because that's like screaming into the void. And one more thing, getting referred by an employee only works if you didn't apply to this company before. So if you apply to the job posting and ask an employee to refer you, it won't really help you. So now you know what you should not do, but how do you apply in the right way? First, before you apply, always read the job description and make sure you fulfill the essential requirements. Basically all the must-haves. Most software engineers believe that job descriptions are just copy-paste, but that's not true. Serious companies are laser-focused, so they always create a dedicated job description for each role, because they are targeting specific candidates. So job description always contains the list of the requirements and it tells you what you will be doing. And that's why you should use this information and tailor your resume around it. Make it look like your entire career was preparing you for this job, and when you do so, recruiters will never ghost you again. And there is one more thing. The real reason recruiters are drowning in random applications is AI. Many software engineers use AI to mass apply to jobs, but that's a massive mistake. Recruiters can spot AI-generated resume in 3 seconds, and those candidates often get banned for spamming. Once that happens, there is no way you will ever get a job at that company, because ATS builds a digital footprint for you. It tracks your name, work experience, education, location, LinkedIn, and many other things. So using a different email address won't really help you. That's why you should never use AI to mass apply, because it will cost you coding jobs that pay the highest salaries. Now, you know the worst mistakes software engineers make when they apply for jobs, but knowing it isn't enough to get ahead of 99% of software engineers. So watch this video next, and I'm going to show you how I grew my career from $1,200 per month to earning more than 90% of developers in Silicon Valley. And you know what? I have never even lived in America. So click on the video now, and I will see you there.